Greetings from me, the Black Hart. Storytelling and theatrical performance are synonymous with bizarre magic, and one of the things I love to do is take an ordinary standard magic effect and make it into a bizarre presentation. Here we have an excerpt from Penn Teller's Fool Us, featuring Gonzalo Albinana, with a fantastic presentation that certainly combines all of these elements. A silly trick, in the words of Penn, that had a profound effect on the studio audience. This combined storytelling, theatrical performance, acting, and simple but clever lighting to produce something really special. So let's get on with it. Gonzalo Albinana.
Put your hands together for the magic of Gonzalo Albinana.
There is a shadow that's been following me since I was a kid. A shadow that lives inside of all of us. Some say that this shadow is fear. I don't know. When we face our fears, they lose some of their power. They become smaller. Fear attacked us when we are alone, but tonight we are not alone. Tonight you're here with me. Thank you. Please come on and join me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks. Let's imagine that fear is a cage. This one, for example. They say that if you want to help somebody with fear, all that you need to do is to offer your hand. Great. I'm gonna ask you to put your hands together like that and one on front. Great. If you try to hide it, it makes no difference. It makes no sense. We know it's there, right? I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes. In a moment, I'm gonna ask you to breathe, to think on your fear, think on your heartbeat, let it slow. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to leave you alone with the fear, but please, don't worry, don't move, don't do anything. Just think on your fear and breathe. I'm gonna do the same thing as you do. We're gonna count to 3 and separate our hands. 1, 2, 3. That's it, yeah. Amazing, thank you. Thank you, you're free. You're free, there is no longer any fear, you know? It's incredible. I wish it is that easy. I wish it is that easy to make the fear goes away, but you know, fear is stubborn and it comes back to hit you in the chest, to take your breath away. Living with fear is like living with a plastic bag over your head. It's a terrible feeling. Fear stops you from seeing the world clearly. Fear isolates you. Fear suffocates you. If you ever feel trapped like that, do what my father told me. Just stand up and take a deep breath. And there comes a moment when the fear goes away. You can feel it, you can hear it, you know, it's It's gone. It's no longer there. You're free. You're free to live your life. You're free to leave it behind. You're free. I'm free. And I can feel it, you know. And if it ever comes back, you know, if it all comes rushing back. The fear, the doubt, the panic surrounded me like it never left. And you know, I'm tired. I'm tired of living with fear. I'm tired of having it with me all the time. I'm tired of its weight. But I can't make it go away. I can't make it go away. So please, make it go away. I don't want to see it anymore.
So it's time now to see if you fooled Penn and Teller.
Oh, Gonzalo, you've taken this to a level of theater where you really held the entire audience's hearts in your hand and really made it mean something so profound that we really want to leave the audience with that. The important thing is what happened in the audience's minds and what you created up there, which was so beautiful. And you did that by using a prop that you made mean something. You made it mean fear. You made it mean more than just jail cell, more than that. And I'm going to avoid saying what that object was to Blackstone and Billy McComb, because once I say the word that the other people did with it, it becomes silly. And it'd be unfair to the audience to take that image away and make it something else that's essentially light and silly. I hope that just saying Blackstone and Billy McComb tells you that the silly version we know, and even if you were using the silly prop, you did it better. So on every level, it was just fabulous. And I'm avoiding saying anything because I want the audience to stay with that beautiful theatrical feeling that you created, and then say, for our silly show, that we don't think you fooled us.
So Gonzalo.
Wow, what a performance. Just listen to the audience's reactions as they gasp when the cage disappears and sigh with empathy when it returns. Penn states, you've taken this to a level of theatre where you really held the audience's hearts in your hand and really made it something so profound. You did that using a prop that you made mean something. Penn says that if he tells the audience what the other magicians, Blackstone and Billy McComb, did with it, it would make it silly. Everything we design in a bizarre performance, whether or not you'd call this a bizarre magic. So, Penn mentioned the performance by Blackstone, the silly performance. So, let's take a look. This was filmed on a Paul Daniels magic show in 1987.
This time I'd like to invite someone else to hold on to this cage in Canary, because both the bird and cage will disappear while you are holding it. I see there are quite a few young people around here. May I invite some of the children to join me for a second? Come up here, boys and girls. Hello there. I thank you so much for coming up. May I impose upon you to move to the side just a little bit so that folks can see at home? And we'll have each of you help me out in a special way. What is your name, young man?
Peter.
Beg your pardon?
Peter.
Your name is Paul.
Peter.
Oh, Peter. Oh, why didn't you say so? You put your hand on the front of the cage. That's fine. And you, son, put your hand on the bottom of the cage. Young lady right here, what is your first name?
Bellamy.
Bellamy, you put your hand on the side of the cage. Right on mine. Oh, that's nice. The other young lady, you put your hand over here on this side. That's fine, thank you. What is your first name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline? Oh, well, I'm mighty glad to know you, Madeline. And you, son, put your hand on top of the cage. No, put the clean hand up there. And your hand, son, on the back of the cage. Yours on the top of the cage. Yours on the front. Yours on the side, right over there. Yours on that side. You put your hand on that side over there. Don't put your fingers inside. He bites. That's fine. And you put your hand on top, the young lady there on the back of the cage. Yours on this side. And the little lady there, just push in like you would at home. You put your hand up there, too. Are you busy? Come on in here. Put your hand up. That's fine. Put your hand right up there. You each have a hand up there, touching it, feeling it, knowing that it's there. Now put another hand on the opposite side of the cage. And you, hop! Well, that's the way it goes. Thank you very much. Thank you. And back to your seats, boys and girls. Thank you very much.
Firstly, Blackstone actually tells the audience that the bird and cage will disappear, thereby taking all the surprise out of the effect. I think we must ignore the dubious reaction he has to the little girl touching his hand, not something we would countenance today, fortunately. Gonzalo's presentation, whilst obviously based on the Blackstone birdcage effect, takes the effect to a whole new level. He takes a simple and quick trick and turns it into a meaningful theatrical presentation. Just look at the way that each performer handles the cage. Blackstone holds it close to his chest in a rather unusual, stiff and uncomfortable looking pose. Gonzalo, on the other hand, handles the cage in a natural and logical manner. He makes it look real. With Blackstone, the trick of the disappearance is the whole purpose of the presentation. In Gonzalo's presentation, the disappearance and reappearance are illustrations in his emotional story. They're adjuncts to it. They are not the be-all and end-all. There is truly much that bizarre magicians can learn from Gonzalo's presentation. I hope you've enjoyed this video, have learned from it and perhaps been inspired by it. As always, please leave a comment below. Yours in darkness, the Black Hart.